we got back, it was 63 degrees then, so I'm like, well, I don't know how long it's been off, because he was like, seemed okay. But did you guys see the AED email, text? I guess it was just me and you that got that text from Amy Streeter. There's some kind of a grant that we got for an AED in each police car.
Oh, good.
You know how to use it?
That's what John's for. He'll teach us stuff to do.
How long, well, those batteries are gonna hold up to the cold though?
I don't know what kind of batteries they use.
Well, there's one that, if you figure it out, that's what's beeping back there at the AED.
No, we got that one shut off, but that's that, ground fault on the sprinkler system or something, I don't know.
Oh,
Don't need that.
okay.
Yeah,
Big crowds on that.
I done gave up on it because that was probably 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah. You just never know with them how that works. It seems like we were just getting a couple of, was it garbage cans, and then next thing you know, she's like, we can do more, and I'm like, well, okay. You want in on putting that tree up? Thought I saw you scurrying up the ladder,
Yep, I had to put the
star on the top,
very top piece on and then the star.
the abominable snowman.
Won't be so bad next year. Take it apart in 2 pieces and be done.
Where are you gonna store that?
In that barn back there.
That's not fit?
I don't know. Is it gonna fit, Doug? No.
So Zach's, they had to use the rotator to get it out of the city garage down there.
Well,
But it won't hurt. You can find a place outside.
I
It
don't
won't
know.
hurt it. We stored it outside.
Are we live? We got a few seconds. I'm sure we'll figure something out. But they've been putting some of their stuff out there. The Lions are out there. I've got to talk to Gene Fitz too about that. 10 seconds. I thought that said AI handbook at first.
When I looked at it again, I was like, hang on.
Who did that thing? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty, approval of the minutes since last regular meeting.
Make a motion.
Oh, I tried to get one out of them. I guess I'll second. All in favor? Aye. And then approval of claims and payroll through 10/6/25.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town manager report.
Both E. coli tests passed for the North Water Tower. It's filled now, no issues, and we're up at 119 feet. That means we gained 4 feet, and it's as tall as the other one now, so we're not, the south one is fuller now,
Okay.
so
Good.
we're getting all of our capacity.
Okay.
The guys did some road cuts. They filled it with coal patch, East Carr and Conley streets. Street lights were turned into Duke for staying on. Mike Holman Excavating replaced a 2-inch main down Airport Road and hooked up both residents. I haven't got the readings yet, and then see how each day helping us or not. Mike Holman did, sewer taps at the grade school and then at the new property on Mill Road for the school. And, also a inch and a half water tap for the school property on Mill Road. F and V had a SRF inspection for the water project that Lori took her around to show all the water mains that were put in. And then last week, there was a diesel spill and it entered the plant. IDEM emergency response was called. So he came down and then Thursday, 2 days later, the IDEM inspector came by. And we know the culprit who did it, so, and then I sent an email to all yous
I saw
about it,
Mhm.
and then I got a written copy there.
Okay.
And then I got, 3 things that they need signed. The community crossing matching grant, it's in that pile right there.
Okay,
They need that, professional service agreement. I didn't know if Lynn wanted to look over that. It's just more or less since Curry went into with F and V.
I looked at them, or is that what was?
yeah, that was
I
the
approved
email,
them.
Oh, okay.
she was okay with it, that's why I responded.
And then the sanitary sewer replacement, they got the engineering fees on that. Just that needs signed this evening. And then I got 2 quotes on salt spreaders.
Okay. We
They're
might
2
need
different
those
kinds.
sooner than later, the way this weather.
I've got one too, I just didn't get it printed off yet, so.
Okay.
Okay,
One's a auger and the other one was that chain
Yeah,
or something.
the pintle chain, which you don't want, cause if it clogs up, you're in there shoveling the salt to get it out.
Like old times.
With the auger, at least it'll reverse itself if it clogs, and then it'll unplug itself.
makes sense,
Okay, well, I got a quote, the auger there, so.
okay. You have one too, can you email it to everybody? We wanted, I probably need to decide on that sooner than later.
I would do it, I'd be doing it. I mean,
Tonight.
this, yeah, we can do it tonight, that
If
way.
you've got the other one, we could just take a look at what you have.
Yeah.
Is it,
It's,
I don't know which is which,
Not
electric
top.
pintle change, so not that one.
yeah,
It's more expensive.
I'll put it down under that anyway.
So this one here is from Russo Power, which is the 2 cubic yard electric poly. Yeah, poly popper
Same.
spreader. And then the shipping or whatever. Did they include the shipping in on this?
the shipping,
Yeah.
they don't ship it down. We have to go up there and get it.
Okay.
Where are they?
Medina, Ohio.
That's between
It's up by Dayton, isn't
between Dayton and Cleveland.
it? It's pretty big.
Yeah. So this one here, they're out of Fort Wayne's where they're out of. So
What's the shipping on
it was $250 because they have to go to Michigan to pick it up from one of their stores and bring it to their store.
that? And then they ship it here?
No, you just go over and pick it up.
I gotta pick it up.
Yeah.
To Fort
Let's go to
Wayne?
Michigan.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the bottom price?
Well, this one also included if you wanted to get the doors to close on top, but they come with a tarp you can put on top of them. But if you wanted the doors, if you didn't want the doors, it was $61.10, and he's
So this one's a better price. And we just have to go to Medina, I don't know what the difference
I don't know how
driving
far
was
Medina is.
either.
Is that them putting? Is that them putting it in?
If you go up there, that's, yep. They'll strap it in and
So
hook it
what
up
was
and
the
everything.
what was the labor on it?
Install, 385.
385.
It's a 4-hour
It's
drive.
close to, yeah, it's close to Cleveland.
How soon did they say they could have that, or do they have them up there?
I didn't ask. I think they got them on, their website says, in
Fort
stock
Wayne, it's a 3-hour drive, so.
through Indianapolis.
So we're saving, how much was the difference? then?
It was 6110 if you went and picked it up, and then there,
58.
So about 300 less. So you're not talking a whole lot of difference with that extra hour of travel. You think?
they're not hard to install. You literally just have wires that come in from the battery to your salt box, and then from your salt box back to your spreader.
Have you used that guy before?
Yeah, the Russo Power. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what-
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably
Yeah.
lean toward that way, since you know him.
But I mean, it's totally up to you because
What do you
a
think?
lot of cities use these V boxes. Lawrenceburg uses them. I'm pretty sure, don't they, Zach?
Yeah, we got big dogs.
Yeah.
All of our salty dogs though.
I'm
Whatever
good.
you guys want to do. It
I'm
makes
good with that if you're comfortable with it, it's only
And I
$300
talked to him, I
difference.
talked to Russo today, and he said that he's going up there Wednesday, so he should have it Thursday if we wanted to go pick it up.
Are we getting two?
One.
Just one? I thought we talked about two.
We ain't got a truck yet,
Oh,
the other one.
I guess we better wait. Okay.
Whichever you guys want,
Well, we'll just
it
get
makes no
one for
difference
now.
to me. It's totally,
I
Me
don't
either.
care either way.
Well, I'll go with Doug's recommendation. Seems comfortable with you, since you know this person.
So we're on with
Is that okay?
yeah, like, yeah, I'm good. I mean, they're so close. that-
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so we need a motion to approve Russo's salt spreader.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. All right. Is that it, Doug?
Yep.
Thank you. Town marshal report.
71 calls for service, 22 assist other agencies, 12 assisted by other agencies, 2 domestic calls, 6 assisted fire and EMS, 2 theft calls, and 1 leaving the scene of an accident, 1 unknown accident, 9 traffic violation, 2 civil dispute, 2 citizen assist, 1 warrant arrest, 3 welfare checks, 6 911 calls, 6 suspicious person, 1 fight call, 3 welfare checks, 1 animal bite, 1 possession of meth, 7 bin checks, 3 animal problems, and 2 harassment calls, 83.5 reserve hours.
Thank you. Fire report.
Me.
Okay.
We had 20 runs for October. Just like to thank community for supporting us in our chicken dinners this year. We had a good response from the annual fall drive so far. Appreciate that. It's been busy. We had a busy last week and
I heard.
then the weather changing, so
Yeah.
see things go. But we appreciate everybody always
We
helping
appreciate
us
you
out
guys
and
as
taking care
well.
of us.
Thank you. Thanks for the report. Old continuing business, I don't see anything there. That's good. New business,
Okay, so this first resolution is really just cleanup of some more accounts. They're uncollectible, they're under $25. We had, most of this is because of Trex. We had 46 accounts that we're gonna be able to clean up here, and it comes to $55.94.
Make a motion to approve that. I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
The second one is we ran over in a couple of our appropriations. So it's money that's been budgeted already, but we're just transferring it from one fund to another. The first one, we're transferring from park operating supplies to park utilities. That's $2,017.40. And then from public safety, Lowit capital equipment to public safety, Lowit utilities, just $3,000.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This next resolution is, again, just some cleanup. There, we found that there was, 3 residents that have, is deceased now. So there's 3 accounts, that's uncollectible for a total of $3,982.48.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Salary ordinance.
So this is just the amendment of salary ordinance, for this year. It's changing, this wording on the general labor, streets and water, from 17 to 23 to read 17 to 25
Okay.
dollars.
Do we wanna wait and do that after we make those other adjustments and maybe table that to next month? Is that okay?
I'm not sure.
Cause I know we talked about
I
the
know there were,
that boot allowance thing that's going on there.
yeah, we'll have another whole new salary ordinance. We won't amend this one for 2026. There'll be another whole new salary ordinance.
Okay, so just make that for the 2026
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then just leave this one as is. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
So
make a
we-
motion to approve.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mike Holman invoice. Is that over here?
I have it, but do you wanna talk to it? It's the, Conley Street in the middle school, the sewer portion of Mike Holman's invoice.
Oh, what they done,
Replace the sewer line on Conley.
there was that lady had a lateral coming straight into the manhole. And then that's when we dug it up. So what we did was take an 8-inch main and shoot out, capped it off and then tied her in. So it was bad clay out in the road. So we had to do that because we just don't want anybody digging in our streets.
Yeah.
So,
So it's a total of $90,140.
That's coming out of the street.
Yes,
Or
Or sewer fund.
Yeah, I got it, you got it. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Disbursement 45, Mike Holman.
This is Mike Holman's,
Final.
That's it.
Yay.
final, bill where they're asking for their retainage.
Mm.
So, I just need, actually, I have another piece of paper that I need you to sign, but I will need this approved for $167,362.37.
And that's the final for the sewer project,
No.
or the
for
water project.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're gonna table that invoice.
Oh, okay.
And then, ordinance to update Ripley County zoning code pertaining to non-conforming use of first floor residences and non-business, non-commercial districts.
So this is, an ordinance that I had emailed to everybody just to look at, and tonight I thought I would just maybe introduce it, explain it. This same ordinance is also being looked at this month by my other 2 towns, Versailles and Osgood, just to address some of the issues that the towns have had with the zoning code. So the way the procedure works, first of all, is that you would pass an ordinance, it then goes to the county for basically the planning commission to hold the public hearings on it. And then they send it back either with a favorable recommendation, an unfavorable recommendation, or they may ask you to amend it. At which case you can do any or all of those and finally pass it. So the whole idea is if there's something in the zoning code that needs tweaks so it fits this town better, that you have the ability to do that. So with what the draft in front of you talks about, and I'm actually gonna talk about the ordinance prohibiting street level and first floor residences in non-residential zones, because it makes more sense than when I go back and explain the non-conforming use.
Is there a copy here, or do we, just what you sent us?
Just what I emailed you.
Okay,
I don't think
yeah.
there's- Do you need to look at it or?
No,
Okay.
I already did look at it, so, but I just was making sure there wasn't
So-
something up here.
Right, so all of these are based off of ordinances that Aurora currently has, and there was a roundtable with the 3 towns held in Versailles, where just representatives sat around and kind of discussed what might work for everybody. And the reason that we were trying to do this together is it just, as far as enforcement, especially on the county level, if everybody's reads the same, it's much easier to remember than if there's an exception for Versailles versus Milan versus Osgood. So that's the whole idea of kind of doing this jointly. But quite honestly, it does not have to be passed that way. So for the ordinance prohibiting street level and first floor residences in all non-residential zones, the idea behind that is to protect your downtown retail districts, because I think all of the communities have been having issues with people buying buildings and just turning them into apartment complexes. And then it takes up your retail parking, not to mention that you might have a store and then, 2 apartment buildings and another store, so it breaks up the continuity of your shopping district. So anything that would be existing is gonna be grandfathered in, but it would just prevent any new buildings or any new purchases of buildings from them being converted into apartments. Second story is fine, anything above, it just keeps your first level, street level retail.
So, sorry. So nothing would change currently until the property owner sold it and then
And then it goes back.
Or, yeah, so that's a perfect introduction to my non-conforming use. So the other thing that might happen is if it's vacant for like 90 days or whatever specified period of time, it is a non-conforming use that's grandfathered in. So if it's no longer being utilized for that non-conforming use, at that point, it would stop, so it would have to conform thereafter. So that is the other ordinance that's on here, discontinuance use cease of non-conforming uses. So this one says that where a non-conforming use is ceased for 90 days or more, at that point, it could not be reutilized for that non-conforming use. Now, that 90-day period is just,
Can we change that if
You
we
could.
want to?
so I think the 90 days is what maybe Aurora had in there.
I
It seemed like
think
there was
it's going
90 and there
30.
said 30.
Yeah,
Well,
they
it was
amended it.
crossed out in 30, okay,
They
so yeah.
amended it to 30.
So
And now
it's-
they're saying they wish they'd have done 2 weeks. So anyhow, but,
Well, it's gonna have to be something that you can enforce. 2
Right.
weeks might be kind of hard, but
right.
if it's vacant for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, it's a little different.
Yeah. Is the county's, I know when we talked, the county was looking at doing an ordinance as well. Is this in lieu of that? We're gonna.
This is in lieu of it. So the county had sent out their own proposed, and for whatever reason, I think like when Roxanne and Holly were looking at it, they liked Aurora's better, so it was just, the county's read different, but
Okay.
it's, you could use whatever one you want.
I gotcha. So the county did do one, they're not.
Well, the county didn't pass one, so they
Oh, okay.
sent it, they circulated one just for the different communities to start the process if you wanted to do it.
Okay,
And instead of using that one,
that's what we're, okay.
this is the one that gained
Okay.
popularity. The other thing on here is an ordinance pertaining to enforcement actions by town of zoning ordinances. So one of the issues we've had is if the county has not complied with its own ordinances, it is like for a building permit or whatnot, they've left it up to the towns to enforce that, so they don't have to incur any legal fees, even though it was their mess up. So the other ordinance on here is basically saying that if something like that happens, the town may seek and be awarded reimbursement from the county for attorney fees and other costs of enforcement.
Good.
So, I just wanted to kind of explain how we got here, why this is here, just the whole idea behind having the 3 different towns involved. So I thought what we would do is, like I said, just introduce it at this month's meetings. I'm sure everybody's gonna wanna have some tweaks to it, and then next month we can get maybe a compilation or one that works if we're going to do 3 different ordinances.
Right. Okay. So just basically something to think about, yeah.
So yeah, so just to read through it and digest it.
Okay. All right, thanks. Any questions on that, guys? All right. Public items. I don't see anybody for that. No? Okay. And then comments from the public on agenda items.
I have one on the ordinance she was just talking about the one levels. I have 2 apartments down here. And if they move out, if it takes me, you're either talking about 30 days or 2 weeks. If it takes me 30 days to get that back in shape for the next renter, I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Then it'll have to go back to a business, is the idea. And like she was saying, that was the idea of why this is being done. That's what Aurora did. That's how they kind of got their downtown district back to looking like shops and things like that instead of just apartments.
So is your point that you might need more than like 2
Yeah,
weeks or 30
yeah.
days?
To get the apartment back, I
Right.
mean, I had a lady that lived over here and she did $10,000 for the damage. So, you know, it took me more than a month to get it back.
Sure, and that's something
In
we
the
can
shade.
take into consideration, of course.
Wouldn't that be something that, case by case, when something to that, or we just, that's the ordinance, and I don't.
We might want to, I would probably try to redefine it differently so that if that was the case where it's like through no fault of their own,
Right.
Mhm.
if they weren't able to get it re-rented within a certain period of time, that it wouldn't apply.
Right,
So basically, you just don't want the building to be sitting empty for like 3 months with no intent to do anything with it.
That's
And then
been
have
sitting over
somebody-
here empty for how many years, 20?
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, so that, but if it's just, if it's vacant, it's one thing, but I think what you want is you don't want somebody else to buy it and rent it.
And continue making apartments, right, right. We wanna get the first floors back to some main,
Well, I tried that here too, next door, and I didn't have one person come shop at my store, so I had to sell it.
so.
And
Sally,
the Christmas walk was supposed to be down here to help downtown businesses, and it, now it's at the park.
yeah, I know. Sally, you have something?
Yeah, I missed last month's meeting, but have we heard anything about the old computer building down here or? I
Doug, you
don't
can-
know.
Doug, you wanna?
I talked to George. His roofer is late getting there to fix that, and then he needs to build a wall to hold up the, roof,
Well, I'm not
joists.
so concerned about the wall. It can fall down for all I care, but I'm talking about the way the building looks in front. I know, Christmas walk, we wanna do something, but it's so hard to keep anything on that window, even to hide that because of the wind and everything. And it would be okay if we could even get in there, but you'd have to wear a gas mask, you could fall in the floor. But I'm just wondering if he would consider just painting the window one solid color. I mean, white, black, whatever.
He said something about, changing out the doors to the,
So basically, the
Stainless.
guy's working on the building, more or less, is what's going on. I guess if you want, for the Christmas walk, I don't think there'd be a problem, maybe if the art class kids wanna come and paint
Well, we
outside.
already discussed that, and it seems that if it rains or snows, it smears the window. And then again, you actually have to scrape off the paint, and then they tried it on the inside of the museum, and that was inside the window, and that was even more of a mess. But forget even about Christmas, it's the ugliness of
Oh,
the
I agree.
building.
I
And
agree.
I thought he fixed the roof a year ago or something, because that's what the place next door did.
It wasn't the roof, it was something else, it was the wall between them for the Good Samaritan's roof.
yeah,
Yeah, I think the bricks were.
they put that metal on that wall,
bricks were falling from that wall onto their roof.
that's what it was.
So he's really not given a timetable or anything to get any of this stuff done, because, you know, that was last year, and, you know, it's just awful, because you got the lights now looking good, you're trying, and it just seems like.
We're working with him, so we're trying, you know, the thing is we don't wanna just send everybody to court, because that costs us a lot of money. The town spends a lot of money already as it is. Len, can you?
Is that like the $900 for inspection or something?
Yeah. Can you tell like how we are compared to most towns as far as litigation? We have like the most.
You are proactive in your litigation. I probably file more for Milan than I do my other two towns. So they are proactive, but I think the one thing that everybody kind of misunderstands is the way the ordinances reads is the town doesn't fix up those properties. And if we take them to court, the court will fine them, but nobody necessarily makes them fix it up.
Oh.
So I think that's always been a little bit of a misunderstanding.
Yeah, because I just figured if you told them to fix it, they had to fix it, or they would get fined or something.
And that's what happens, they keep getting fined.
Oh,
Or else they'll pay the fine and then you have to start over. So
wow.
even though you're enforcing the ordinances, it doesn't necessarily make the owner comply, it
Right.
just fines
Can you
them.
change the ordinances, or is that like a grandfathered thing then?
Well, you can't, I mean, you can change the ordinances, but it's like speeding, right? So there's laws saying don't speed,
I
but people
understand,
speed,
yeah.
they get a
Okay.
fine, and then they speed again. So that's what we're stuck with
Well,
enforcement
that
measures.
makes sense, yeah.
So hopefully what they do is if they keep getting enough fines, at some point they get tired of having to go to court and being fined and they do something, or else they sell it or whatever.
Or I would like, you know, if he could even go in himself, I'd pay for the curtains or whatever, if he could hang something up inside the window, you know, just to hide the window. I mean, it's
right.
just so ugly when
Yeah.
you come downtown.
I mean, I feel like as long as we can work with people and try to get them to be
I
compliant,
understand that,
it's better.
Yeah,
And I don't think that's actually not a bad idea. I mean, Doug has a good relationship with him. Maybe we can talk to him about trying to do something, just to at least get,
yeah, wouldn't even
The
have to be a
inside.
curtain rod, you could take that heavy gauge wire and put your curtain on that wire and a couple, screws over there, and it's just, something simple.
right,
And like I said, there's a couple of us would actually go in there and do that, but I'm afraid the floor and everything else would fall in.
well, that's just it.
It's
I would-
liable and so
Yeah.
on and so forth, but I mean, yeah, just something to cover it up, All right, appreciate it.
I have one more thing, and I know it's not on the agenda, but the flags, if we're gonna keep them up, won't we get some new ones, or at least fix them? Tomorrow's Veterans Day, and they're ripped, all wrapped around the poles, they look awful.
Baylor's did have years ago, didn't they have a fund for the flags, but I'm sure
Yeah.
it's gone by now.
Yeah, I don't know of any
Yeah.
funds that they,
We
anything,
don't have any extras.
I mean, there was some ripped down this way, the one up by my house is, it's hanging by a thread.
okay, well,
They
we'll
look
check into
awful.
those.
I'd take them down if you don't have any.
Yeah, I don't know where we are on those. I know the Legion kind of works with us some,
Yeah, that's where we get them from.
so,
We got some.
all right. All right, anything else?
Go to the handbook.
Oh, I forgot that little AI handbook. Handbook.
I was getting ready to beat Drew to it.
So basically, the handbook that we finalized in executive session last week, we got an email for. We looked it over. It says the only difference that'll be is it'll go from draft that it says on the bottom to note having that. So we just need to approve that if we're ready to move forward with it.
I'll make a motion, we approve the handbook.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
oh my gosh.
Second.
All in favor? World's coming to an end, everything's changing, Drew's not making that first motion.
Did you have something you wanted to talk about?
I just, we need to set an executive session, so if,
I'm not free. I'm done.